John desired for others to experience Jesus in a way that he had also. And any true Christian will have a passion to do the same thing. Any true follower of Jesus will have that same desire as John. So let me say this. And I mentioned at the very beginning of this series, the point of this series was to assure you of true salvation, but also to call you out and expose any false salvation. And unfortunately, that is very prevalent in the modern day church. Even Jesus said it himself, that one day he's going to come back and people are going to say, Lord, Lord. He's going to say, who are you? I never knew you. And that thought haunts me, guys, as a pastor. That there are people in my church who really don't know Jesus, but they think they do, or they pretend like they do. So my job here is not only assure you of true salvation, it's also to call you out on any false salvation. So I'll say this. If you have no desire to share your Jesus experience with others, okay? If you don't want others to know the amazing truth of the gospel about how God in human flesh came down from heaven on a rescue mission to save you from hell and to die a death that you deserve so that you can be reconciled to your Creator eternally. If you don't have a passion to share that, if you don't have a longing to share that, if you don't have a desire to share that experience with everyone around you, if you're okay about remaining silent, then might I say you haven't experienced Jesus at all. At least you haven't experienced my Savior. I'm just being honest with you. You haven't experienced my Jesus. The truth of the matter is, if you claim to have good news, but you refuse to share it, then I'm going to question whether you really grasp the good news in the first place. Because good news is meant to be shared. Good news is meant to be told. And that's why true believers find joy in sharing. Like John said in 1 John chapter 1, verse 4. They find joy in sharing their experience. They find joy in proclaiming about their undeniable experience with Jesus. Because you see, when you know Jesus, expanding the family of God becomes your purpose. When you know Jesus, welcoming others into the fellowship of God, it becomes your passion. And when you know Jesus, introducing people to your Savior becomes your priority.